Hi, everybody. I'm here with my good friend, Derrick Spiva. As you can see from his beautiful background, he's on the beach in Malibu, West Coast phenom. Derrick, you are our final composer. We saved the best for last. You're the 10th of our Hot with Mustard Dogs Desire composers, and we're so happy to have you, and we love your piece. And I should mention that Derrick was with us at what I was just remembering was our last American Music Festival, which was about a year and almost a half ago, year and a quarter ago.
That's right. Yeah.
Wrote a sensational piece then. So tell us just a little bit about the piece. Mainly, we want to know, what your idea behind it was and where it comes from.
Yeah. So the concept behind the piece is pretty basic. I mean, I think it's very cyclical. It's very meditative. It kind of starts small, and then it grows, and then it contracts. And as it grows, there's a lot of compound meters on the way up. I'm a huge fan of asymmetrical rhythmic content, and I think it's also because like even the way that our hearts beat is very asymmetrical, like which is like almost like a 5-beat cycle. Taka taki to taka taki to 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. So it's very like just very asymmetrical. So the piece kind of expands like with a burst of energy as you kind of go through, right? Like it's very kind of soft and very meditative, and then all of a sudden the compound meters come in, the beats come in, and everything is like really complex, and then it goes back, and then really complex, and it goes back, and then really complex, and then we kind of take off and just can continuously get bigger and bigger, and then a contraction and a return to the start. So
Right, and one of the things we love about your music, and I remember particularly from that piece a year and a half ago, is it's because of those incredible polyrhythms. It's very tricky to play, but it's very exciting and wonderful. And I gather a lot of that is African influence. Can you talk a little bit about how African music has influenced your sort of language?
yeah, so a lot of actually from my own ancestral roots, my grandfather on my mom's side was from Europe. So I'm British, Irish, and from West Africa. The lineage going back to West Africa, so Ghanaian, Nigerian, and the Congo. And so looking at all of these things kind of, and the way that they influence my music, West African music is a heavy influence because there's so many ways that it approaches music making, and a lot of it is based through language. So the reason why I think for me a lot of these polyrhythms and stuff are so compelling is because they remind me of language. When we speak, especially when we speak English to me seems to be very like choppy, and so it's a very percussive kind of language. And out of that, every sentence that we talk about, everything that we say has like a very heavy percussive element to it. And when there's two people speaking together and they're like speaking to other people, but you can hear their voices, there's like amazing polyrhythms and stuff going on at the same time, and just with people talking. And I pick up on these things. I love them. It's great. Right.
Great. Yeah.
And so, like in the music for West African music, you have like the Dagombas, for instance, which there's an ethnic group in Ghana. Ghana is full of ethnic groups, different ethnic groups, and there's the Dagomba, and they're mainly from like the north, and they actually have a lot of what people here would understand as talking drums. There's called a lunga, but it's talking drum, and the drum is actually speaking like a language. And so like you could go and you could play, and it would actually, there's words in there, and it means something. There's this text that is embedded within those sounds. And so that's always been like an element of music making that really resonates with me.
And you studied there for a while, or went and kind of traveled, is that right? Or
I did travel to Ghana. I traveled to Ghana in 2017, 2018. I was there for a good while, and it was just an incredible experience. My teacher, the Lezepkos, they reside over there and over here, and just an incredible family, and just a whole history and a whole family of musicians and dancers and singers over there. A lot of the music is thought of as like one unit. To dance, to sing, and to play is one thing. It is music in unto itself, is to dance, to sing, and to play. And so I think that when a lot of times when I write pieces, people tend to say, well, your music sounds very, it also has like a visual quality to it, like a dance quality to it. And I'm like, yes, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing I can say other than like, I'm always thinking of all of those things. I'm always thinking of how does it make you move? I'm always thinking of how does it make you kind of think intellectually, like what's going on with the rhythms? Like, are there lines that sound like voice? And I'm always kind of taking these three elements and like letting them live in the space of the piece.
Right, and I love that because the vocal parts they don't have words, right, in this piece,
They
but
don't have words,
they're another kind of color thing, beautiful color. And you're out on the West Coast. You've lived most of your life in LA, or just?
Yeah, no, I've lived I am a Californian.
Me too. I'm a fellow Angelino.
Oh, there we
I'm a
go.
native.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was born in Santa Ana. So I was born in Orange County. And then when I was younger, my father, we all moved out to the Central Valley and Fresno area. I grew up at primary school out there, but we still have family in Los Angeles. Came back to Los Angeles when I graduated high school. Went to UCLA and Cal Arts for post primary education, and then and then I just kind of been here ever since. So just like California is like the home.
I gather you are the man there, because I know you just got a great position with the Los Angeles Chamber Orchestra, one of our great orchestras out there, and I know you're busy with all sorts of different groups. Tell us just a little bit about that Los Angeles Chamber Orchestra job.
Yeah, so with Los Angeles Chamber Orchestra, I got an appointment as the artistic advisor for the orchestra. So I work with Ellen Reed, who's the creative advisor and also the composer in residence, as well as Jaime Martin, who's the artistic director for the Los Angeles Chamber Orchestra. And I work with them on a lot of it on like programming, the kind of I really, it's also in support of Jaime Martin and shaping the artistic path forward, especially through COVID and post-COVID, having to kind of navigate like the reinvention of presenting classical music and like and what that looks like and what that sounds like.
Yeah, I know, and you've been very active with them and with all sorts of groups, and kept active through the COVID crisis, as have we. So we're really happy you were able to make time to create this piece for us, and it's just it's great to see you again, and we'll see you for real coming up soon, I hope, at the next time we're back together for a festival, because we love having you here.
No, I was actually thrilled because I had there was this piece that I had written many years ago. It was for French horn and trumpet and piano, and it was like it was really hard, and but there are elements of that piece where I was just like, man, it was almost like it kind of came out as like an unformed work, like because I didn't finish it. It was broken.
With great ideas in it, though.
Yeah, but it was broken, and like when you contacted me, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the time when I can actually like take all these pieces and like put them together, because now I know how to do it. Like now I kind of found my footing and my language as a composer a couple of years ago, which was way after when I did this piece. And I was like, this is the perfect opportunity for me to kind of fix the way that this worked and like have it be with an ensemble. And then of course the makeup of Dogs of Desire, the instrumentation of it is totally perfect for this kind of thing.
Well, it's brilliant, and we really appreciate your being with us, and we'll see you for real soon. But meanwhile, stay safe and don't get too busy, because I worry you're running around so much, doing so many exciting things out there. But keep it up.
Yeah, I try to get some rest.
Yeah, you can get some rest. But great to see you, and thanks so much for the piece. And we'll talk soon. All right.
Sounds
Take
good.
care.
All right, bye-bye.